Anton Drexler was a German far-right political leader of the 1920s who was instrumental in the formation of the pan-German and anti-Semitic German Workers' Party, the antecedent of the Nazi Party. Drexler served as mentor to Adolf Hitler during his early days in politics. Biography: born in Munich, Drexler was a machine fitter before becoming a railway locksmith in Berlin. He joined the Fatherland Party during World War I. In March 1918 Drexler founded a branch of the Freien Arbeiterausschuss für einen guten Frieden League. Thereafter in 1918, Karl Harrer convinced Drexler and several others to form the Politischer Arbeiterzirkel in 1918. The members met periodically for discussions with themes of nationalism and racism directed against the Jews. Drexler was a poet and a member of the Wahlparagraph LKISCH agitators. Together with Harrer, Gottfried Feder and Dietrich Eckart, he founded the German Workers' Party in Munich on January 5, 1919. At a meeting of the party in Munich in September 1919, the main speaker was Gottfried Feder. When he had finished speaking, Adolf Hitler got involved in a heated political argument with a visitor, Professor Baumann, who questioned the soundness of Feder's arguments against capitalism and proposed that Bavaria should break away from Prussia and found a new South German nation with Austria. In vehemently attacking the man's arguments, he made an impression on the other party members with his oratory skills, and according to Hitler, the professor left the hall acknowledging unequivocal defeat. Drexler approached Hitler and thrust a booklet into his hand. It was my political awakening and, according to Hitler, it reflected the ideals he already believed in. Impressed with Hitler, Drexler invited him to join the DAP. Hitler accepted on September 12, 1919, becoming the party's 55th member. In less than a week, Hitler received a postcard from Drexler stating he had officially been accepted as a DAP member and he should come to a committee meeting to discuss it. Hitler attended the committee meeting held at the rundown Alte Rosenbad beer house. Hitler began to make the party more public, and he organized their biggest meeting yet of 2,000 people, for February 24, 1920 in the Saatliches Hofbra Currenziahaus in Mar 1/4 NCHEN. It was in this speech that Hitler, for the first time, enunciated the 25 points of the German Workers' Party's manifesto that had been drawn up by Drexler, Feder, and Hitler. Through these points he gave the organization a much bolder stratagem with a clear foreign policy. On the same day the party was renamed the Nationalsozialistische Deutsche Arbeiterpartei NSDAP. Such was the significance of this particular move in publicity that Karl Harrer resigned from the party in disagreement. By 1921, Hitler was rapidly becoming the undisputed leader of the party. In June 1921, while Hitler and Eckart were on a fundraising trip to Berlin, a mutiny broke out within the NSDAP in Munich. Members of its executive committee wanted to merge with the rival German Socialist Party. Hitler returned to Munich on July 11 and angrily tendered his resignation. The committee members realized that the resignation of their leading public figure and speaker would mean the end of the party. Hitler announced he would rejoin on the condition that he would replace Drexler as party chairman, and that the party headquarters would remain in Munich. The committee agreed. He rejoined the party as member 3680. Drexler was thereafter moved to the purely symbolic position of honorary president, and left the party in 1923. Drexler was also a member of a Wahlparagraph LKISCH political club for affluent members of Munich society known as the Thule Society. His membership in the NSDAP ended when it was temporarily outlawed in 1923 following the beer hall putsch, in which Drexler had not taken part. In 1924 he was elected to the Bavarian State Parliament for another party, in which he served as vice president until 1928. He had no part in the NSDAP's refounding in 1925, and rejoined only after Hitler had come to power in 1933. He received the party's blood order in 1934 and was still occasionally used as a propaganda tool until about 1937, but he was never again allowed any real power or played an active part in the movement. He died in Munich in February 1942. In popular culture, in the 2003 film Hitler, The Rise of Evil, British actor Robert Glenister plays Drexler, although Drexler is portrayed without his trademark spectacles and moustache. Notes. References: Hamilton, Charles. Leaders and Personalities of the Third Reich, Volume 1. R. James Bender Publishing. ISBN 0-9138-27-0. Hitler, Adolf, 1925. Mein Kampf. Boston, Houghton Mifflin. ISBN 978-0-395-92503-4. Kershaw, Ian. Hitler, A Biography. New York, W. W. Norton and Company. ISBN 978-0-393-06757-6. Mitchum, Samuel W. Why Hitler? The Genesis of the Nazi Reich. Westport, Connecticut, Praeger. ISBN 978-0-275-95485-7. Shira, William L. The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. New York, Simon & Schuster. ISBN 978-0-671-62420. Stackelberg, Roderick. The Routledge Companion to Nazi Germany. New York, Routledge. ISBN 978-0-415-30860-1. External links